There's been a lot of crazy news surrounding the George Floyd incident, and I will be putting out a video on that as soon as I can, but something just happened that I really wanted to just grab onto and explain to you guys. Well, explain's the wrong word, because this is going to be more of an opinion piece than anything. I want to make that very, very clear from the start. This is not based on the facts of the incident. This is based on my personal knowledge on how these things usually go. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the arrest of a CNN news crew, and I'm going to be doing it unscripted. I saw it this morning, and I was like, you know what? I got to say something about this. So if there are a lot of camera cuts, I'm sorry. It's just I'm just spitballing off the top of my head here. So what happened? Well, obviously, we know that there were riots and protests in Minneapolis, and of course, news crews are going to want to go in there and film it. And CNN went down there, and this isn't about CNN's news and the spin they put on things. This is just the fact that they were there. They were filming, they were exercising their First Amendment right to document what is happening, and they were arrested by state troopers. And a lot of people are saying, to include CNN itself, well, this is unconstitutional, this is wrong, how dare they do this, the reporter was black, so this is obviously racism. And I'm not so sure that's the case. You see, when riot police show up to a riot, which is, the thing that they do, they usually give orders to disperse. They go, hey, you guys, you can't be here. This is an illegal assembly. Everyone needs to leave. You have this amount of time to do it. This is a megaphone, by the way. You have this amount of time to do it. Disperse in these directions and go. By the way, here's the law that you're violating if you don't. Obviously, they do it a little better than that. And if you want to see police doing it well, the Portland, Oregon Police Department has some great videos of them dealing with protests where they very calmly explain, hey, you're violating this statute. If you stay, you have 15 minutes to disperse. These are your exits. So we can assume that happened. And again, this isn't based on facts. This is based on my experience and my research. Usually, that's what goes down. And then anyone who stays in the area gets arrested. My belief is that a police officer said, hey, CNN crew, yeah, you're good to stay here. You just keep doing your thing, stay out of the way. And this is backed up by the fact that there was a different person involved with this CNN crew who was not arrested, who was told, hey, you're good to stay here, just, move when we tell you to. However, I'm guessing whoever told them that, one, wasn't state police, which will be relevant in a moment, and two, maybe didn't have the authority to make that call. My theory is, and this is just a theory, however, everyone else is putting out theories, why not put out something that establishes things from a different angle? The theory is that the state troopers moved in, and they had been given orders, hey, anyone who's still in this area, arrest them. They've been told to leave. They've been told what law is being violated. Arrest them. So they move in. They go, hey, you, what are you doing here? And the CNN crew is like, oh, we're CNN. Here are our credentials. We're filming. We're live on the air. We'll move wherever you want us to. Everything's fine. How can we help? And there's this long, awkward pause, this big old just gap of silence, while I assume the police are like, what do we do? Because this is CNN. They're kind of a big deal. They're not a small news station. We've been given orders to arrest everyone, and we have the lawful authority to do it, but they're live on air. Is this really what we should do? Can we do it? Yes, we can. And they arrest them, and that seems fair. The CNN crew were given orders to leave, and yes, they may have been told that they could stay. However, that's not an issue with law, that's an issue with communication. So that's going to be a very good defense if that is the case in a trial if it happens. Unlikely, because I guess the mayor stepped in and was like, no guys, release these people. This is absurd. Is this indicative of vast incompetence? I don't think so. I don't think it was necessarily the best move. I would have preferred that they reached out and said, hey, can we confirm that we're arresting these people? However, this is a riot. They don't really have much time to do that sort of thing. Buildings are on fire, the third precinct is being broken into, targets being looted, things are being thrown. You don't have the time, necessarily, to check all this stuff. I mean, the police can see the camera. That's not a small camera that these guys carry around. It's very clear they're part of a news crew. It's not like they went, those are probably protesters. No, I don't think it had anything to do with that. That's absurd. So this idea that they're just arresting people because they're racist, they're arresting people because they don't know what they're doing, it seems kind of wrong. Was the order to disperse issued? Were these people not following that order? Cool, get rid of them. Riots are hectic, they're complicated, they're not pretty. dealing with those, same thing. CNN did tweet that they believe this arrest was unconstitutional. They thought it was a violation of their First Amendment rights. I don't believe that to be true. Courts have historically upheld the fact that the press isn't allowed access to places where the public is not allowed. So if that place has been shut off to the public, the press doesn't have any special right to access it. Now they can get permission to do so, and apparently they had maybe permission to stay, but that wasn't communicated properly and obviously caused this confusion. So I'm reading through a CNN article right now. Quote, intermittently, an officer told people over a loudspeaker to disperse immediately or face arrest. So there's your problem right there. If you ever find yourself in this situation, you go, they told me to leave or get arrested. I should probably leave. But let me talk to that police officer. Hey, police officer, I'm with CNN. Can I stay? And they go, yeah, you're good. If a different group of police officers approaches you and goes, why are you here? Your move shouldn't be, I'm with the press. Your move should be, that officer told me I could stay. You should talk to him. That should be your move. Now, you're probably still going to get detained, but then you might be released on scene. Let me see what else is in this article. Police told the crew they were being detained because they were told to move and didn't. One member of the CNN crew relayed to the network. That is exactly what I thought happened. Oh. The reporter said that after he'd been led away, he was treated very cordially. Well, isn't that nice? So, I guess to recap, CNN reporters were at a riot. Police told everyone to disperse. CNN crew failed to do so. They were arrested because the First Amendment does not protect their right to be in an area where the public is not allowed after those orders to disperse have been issued. Now, there is speculation by me that an officer had said, no, you're fine, you're good to stay here, and that maybe there was some miscommunication between that officer and the officers who arrested the CNN crew. Before I finish the video, I do want to remind all of you that this is mostly an opinion piece based on speculation, my own training, experience, and research, not necessarily the facts of this particular incident. So as things keep coming out about this, if they keep coming out about this, I do encourage you to do your own research into this and compare what I've said to the information coming out. If things are vastly different, turns out from what I've said and what actually happened, I will do a follow-up video explaining that and apologizing for this one. Until the next time, be good, stay safe.